What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and yes, we are going to be looking at Ride. Uh, sadly, we got Hindenburg report again. This, if you're not familiar with it, it's a short report that came out about Lordstown, aka ticker symbol RIDE, or also known as Ride. Of course, my phone just went off. I apologize for that. Work email is pinging me on a Sunday, but not right now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Going into more details on understanding the whole Stephen Burns kind of scenario, the fake pre-orders, the kind of the scandalous kind of stuff that is kind of going under that the short report's kind of digging up here a little bit. So if you don't know, Hindenburg, a short firm, they make these short reports, very great analysis. Just recently they did one on Clover Health. They did one also on NKLA way back when, if you remember that EV company. And we're just going to kind of be looking through it. We talked about this on the Saturday morning live stream, just kind of hanging out with some traders and investors, sharing our ideas on hey, I don't think we should touch this one with a 10-foot pole kind of scenario. But yeah, this is going to be something we want to definitely kind of keep somewhat of a close eye on. And the short reports can be very damaging if really things come out to be true, or the company kind of just doesn't do a good job just kind of like negating and answering the questions, because we have earnings coming out for Ride just around this week. So again, the short report's very well timed on ahead of that. So let's kind of go into the nitty gritty stuff. And we'll just have some fun with that. So, of course, here, this is the Hindenburg report itself. So this is Lordstown's Motors Mirage, fake orders, undisclosed production hurdles, and prototype inferno. So basically, where have we heard this before? NKLA. So just to kind of give you a little transparency, if you don't remember what NKLA is the EV-based truck manufacturing company that had got a lot of press, got a lot of stuff on CNBC. A lot of people were going cray about it, going long it. They like to put skins on their trucks now. It looks like we got another video of the truck is. Maybe this is somehow like doing another magical trick of being rewound. Just joking. Don't sue me, bro. Kind of scenario for NKLA here. God bless you. Looks like they're hiring some people here. Fantastic. Thumbs up. Godspeed to them, right? God bless them. Again, these are the two trucks. The European version, a little bit more longer haul one here as well. So not sure what these buildings are behind them, but those are some beautiful buildings. Again, beautiful 3D renders here. And then now let's go to Lordstown. So Lordstown, this is also a trucking manufacturer. They're not doing semi-trucks. They're doing more commercially for enterprise clients or fleets. So for example, if a power company, a plumbing company, or they need a large fleet of EV vehicles, Lordstown's your boys. And they really have these orders that the short report's saying that they have the potentially they're not really the most lucrative. They're not actually completely signed ordered forms or a promised purchase order in the sense of that. So kind of just going to be diving into the report. We're going to be skimming through it pretty fast, kind of just really going to the tail end of the stuff, because again, within Hindenburg's reports, I believe that they are much more substantial than like a Citron report. Citron's report was more like a 2 or 3 page document. Like these are like very in-depth articles highlighting the history, highlighting the research, and really kind of going into the nitty-gritty stuff. Of course, if you don't remember right, remember the previous president with Biden and Trump. Even the Vice President Biden went out to the opening of their potential plant, which again they bought from GM. And again, the GM plant was around $40 million loan from GM. So GM is slightly partnering with another EV company, which again, if you remember as well, GM did do the right thing. They they did do their due diligence to some extent, but the partnership was a little bit more skewed to their favor. Luckily, that was well, they were able to get out of that and really just not never really transformed into anything with Nikola. Of course, we'll see how this one showcase in the sense of this particular platform here. Of course, now you see this is the President Trump makes remarks about Lordstown's endurance. This is that's their EV kind of truck model there. Of course, he was on Jim Cramer. Fantastic, wonderful. Who cares about that? Here, this is where it starts going about the orders. So this is a E squared energy, a $735 million deal for 14,000 trucks for an entity run out of a small apartment in Texas. So normally you think of like, hey, a customer that wants to pre-order 14,000 vehicles, they must be a pretty large conglomerate company. They might have a lot of cash flow. They might have a nicer front office than this little rinky dinky dink industry that we'll see here in a second. So we're looking at here what is E Squared Energy Advisors is basically it's a consulting firm that is run by two folks, okay? Two folks, and you can kind of see here they're an individual business model that runs as a consulting firm. You see Tim Graceman, and this is a picture of the apartment complex where their LLC is or they're registered at. So this is basically they went pretty much detail. It's a pretty nice little apartment complex here, but they're on the third floor. You can see they highlighted the unit and so forth, blah blah blah. So basically, what they're saying and talking about here, like, hey, the short report, the Hindenburg report is saying, hey, they're saying that this company is run by two people. Their consulting firm put in an order of 14,000 pre-orders. Is this true? How does this work? Is this like someone else is putting the order in for another company? Like this is again very not the most transparent. Then we have another one with a $52.5 million 1,000 truck orders of a two-person startup with no applicant assets based out of a virtual office here. Again, they did the thing here as well. You're talking about this industry. This kind of looks like the building that wasn't back on Nikola. No, the Nikola video we just looked at the same time of this. Basically, this again, it goes into great details, highlighting these orders. Again, the whole burn situation has been very much a fishy. This is again just super, like they do their due diligence so well. And again, the reason why I'm scrolling to the bottom here, again, they highlight that one of their trucks caught on fire. Okay, that sucks. That happens at times. Let's go here. I want to go to here we go. This is the thing I like. So they don't just throw these allegations out and then blah 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 blah. They literally they're like, hey, Lordstown, Ride, CEO Ken Burns, please answer these questions, and boom, everything would be magically all done right. Of course, the very first question is, WTF, what about those $14,000 trucks running out of an apartment complex in Texas? Okay. Then you have another $1,000 truck coming out with people who have a virtual mailbox and as a two-man office here. And as well as with the case where did the vehicle erupt within 10 minutes of being driven on an actual roads. Yeah. And then it starts getting into a little more nitty-gritty stuff via different safety standards and requirements that the vehicles need to go to and be able to respond to. Basically, the issue again, creating I don't think people know on the sense of like it's so difficult to get a car company up and running, like, and then it's an EV car company up and running. Like, did not people see the case study with Tesla? Like Tesla, there hasn't been many other US based car companies. You can call them technology. Yes, it's a technology company as well that has gone bootstrapped and been able to really compete with the GMs, the Fords, and so forth, and then of course the Germans and the Japanese. There hasn't been many. Like please name some. Like Tesla did it in California, which is California hasn't seen a new car company become prosperous or become profitable in like 55, 60 years. And there's the Tesla and SpaceX are one of the largest industries that still operate that as a manufacturing in state of California as well. So, not saying California completely separate, this is a crazy endeavor in the sense of trying to create a new car company. Like, I think people don't understand the intricacies. You can throw money at the problem, but it doesn't. It's only half the thing. You have to have people, processes, management, and leadership to kind of make that the put it all in the cauldron here and to make a beautiful masterpiece of a product here and really get that product to market. Because again, these things take many years to kind of get things up and running. So on that note, I know this has been a little bit long-winded on that side, kind of giving my God honest opinions on it. Let's just kind of go peruse over here on Ride. Of course, I was just looking at AMC. Again, we do have a live stream tonight at 9:30, so I'd love to see you out there for that. Of course, the short report came out just on the 12th. Sorry, the 12th. Of course, the stock dropped quite substantially, nearly 17%. Actually, was down a little bit more. I think it was well down below 20% at one point, kind of coming into the higher $13 to lower $14 range, and then getting somewhat of a potential bounce. But look at the volume that we saw just come in on that Friday, that afternoon. Because again, if we look here on a smaller time frame, that short report came out in the morning, really sold off again from around $18-ish all the way down to 1360-ish, and then kind of start making its way back into trying to rebalance here into the close on Friday. Speaking of the chart here as well, we had this, again, this was a SPAC, so it's a normal around that $10 price move. Of course, if you remember the August, September timeframes, everyone was SPAC happy. Everyone just smacking themselves, just throwing cash at these blank check companies. Of course, we had Workhorse at the time. We had NKLA. We had all these kind of things. Like, this is where NKLA was starting to fall over. So if you remember how NKLA was one of the first EV SPACs in a sense of kind of that came public, because that was towards the beginning of the year. So that was right into the beginning of summer. Of course, since then, it's just been continuously downtrending. Finally, kind of still trading around that $14 to $15 range. It's kind of slightly kind of coming back up here. Godspeed to them as well. This is kind of where, again, I think everyone and their mother truly believe that this $100 price target that they saw within NKLA was absolutely insane here. Same with Ride. It did not see the amount of movement that NKLA saw, because it was really the first one, and it kind of is like what's it say, like your first shot, it's like shame on me. Second time, it's shame on you, because the sense of seeing this run up here to 31.80, let's just call it $32, and basically hitting it twice almost here around that $30 range. So 1, 2, 3. We can call that a triple top if you're going to be looking at a very technical analysis here, and just seeing it kind of dip lower here. Potentially, if this support does not hold around $13, we can see this going much lower, even going back to its initial $10 SPAC price. If again, the SPAC, the short report was very well timed on trying to keeping it in front of the market earnings report that's coming out the 17th after the markets. Of course, that is Tuesday afternoon. We have that their earnings report. Really, it is their first earnings report coming out. Of course, the boys and girls at Hindenburg know what they're doing, and of course that they timed it fairly well on that extent. Just kind of people second guessing their positions. Of course, with a very large gap down like that, that's never a fun day if you're a long-term shareholder or you have a high conviction trade within Ride. So whatever personal opinions aside on the company, looking strictly at the chart here, if the chart does not hold and stay above like that 1350 to 1375, we can easily see this go substantially lower. With earnings coming out of next week, we can tell you what the expected move is around $3.70. Let's just call it $4. So it's trading around 1478. $4-ish move would again could potentially put it at $10, or it can make its way back up to that $17, $18 range here as well. Again, with the very large sell-off that we've seen in the overall market here, why is this what's going on here? Basically, we saw that trying to touch the tippy top high on the 11th of February, but ever since then, a lot of the SPACs have been just continuously down selling here due to the fears of inflation, higher yield curve, all this kind of stuff, just not being able to get the easy capital. I'm doing air quotes there as well, and potentially just again the money kind of running out in that sense. It's just not being able to get easy money, and the interest rates potentially going to be going higher on debts, and then trying to borrow money. So that's basically what we're going to be looking at again. Like, hey, can this thing stay above that $14-ish range coming into next week? Because again, this is very, 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 very much like a coin flip. So this is going to be like, hey, with anything with how management could perceive this, we saw the same thing with Clover. So that was this one here. This again, there was also a short report that came out right, I believe, right here on the beginning of February. Of course, that gap down, it kind of leveled off a little bit, but then it just continued to sell off here very aggressively, even going into earnings, getting a little bit of a bounce, but then continue to selling off. Again, very much due to the higher yield curves. It could be the short report, people just not really feeling SPACs anymore and just not really believing in the company. It's just like this. It's below its initial $10 investment that a lot of people potentially put in. So they're just like seeing a loss and they're just getting out because of all the panic selling that we saw in recent weeks. Let me actually update these fibs here for you on that. But yeah, so with Ride, my honest opinion, and I'm going to be very straight with this, I would not touch this with a 10-foot pole. I that's my honest opinion. That is only my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for expressing my personal opinions and just for the entertainment of that. So if you do touch it, I got to put up the banner. It's a speculative trade. Like again, they laid it out pretty good. They're not saying that the truck goes backwards, but it does burn up. There's let's see how Ride or Lordstown reacts to that kind of news. So if you got any comments, questions, please put in the description or the comment section down below. Please, if you haven't already, join the Discord and check out some of the affiliate links via Audible and Amazon links, and as well as creating a Tastyworks account if you're interested on starting options trading, equities, futures, or even cryptos. If you open an account of $2,000 or more, you have an opportunity to select 100 free shares or 10 call options to start your trading adventures. That being said, I want to thank everyone for coming out. I hope you had a fantastic time. Hope you learned something. If you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe it down below before you head out the door. And yeah, I'll see you guys probably potentially tonight if you want to stop by for the live stream around 9:30 Eastern Standard Time this evening here on the channel. All right, guys, take it easy. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.